guys, and welcome to another Dark Reign video. This time we're going to be showing you how to kill Golgoroth on hard mode in the raid Kingsfall. Now when you initially enter this room, there is it almost looks like a fetus hanging in the centre of the room. You need to shoot that, it'll fall down and it'll activate the room mechanics. Now how we usually split this up is there is a 3-man team on the left and a 3-man team on the right. And on each side there's a corridor with many adds that come down it in 3 different waves. Once you've destroyed that wave of adds, the next aspect of the sequence occurs, and what I'll do is I'll talk you through what it is we do. So on this left hand side we have a 3-man team. There'll be 2 main DPSs, that's myself and another, and there's another guy on this side who basically specialises in aggroing Golgoroth, and once he has the aggro of Golgoroth, he basically maintains it and coordinates us and tells us what to do once we get into the pit. But I'll go through that in a minute. So once we've downed all these adds up here, we always run down and we always try to pick up as much ammo as we can. Now from here, can you see these fetus type things that are hanging in the air? You need to destroy them. Once they are destroyed, if you sit in the pool of water that it leaves behind, it buffs your damage by 10 times in total. Now what we do is we wait for our man to give us the call so that he has the attention of Golgoroth and he won't just kill us all when we get in the pit. Once he's done that, we get in there, we stand in that pool, and we make sure we stay in it, not like I am there, like a mong, and we just keep pumping rounds into his stomach until he tells us, get out. When he says get out, you get out, because it means he hasn't got Golgoroth's attention anymore, and he's going to beam you in the face, and you are going to die. Now, it's much like the War Priest in terms of weapon. If I was to recommend any weapon for damaging Golgoroth, once you're in that pool, it would be the black spindle, because it hits very hard for a sniper rifle, and it's got that excellent perk where if all of your strikes are precision hits, which they are when you hit him in his stomach, it just reloads for you. You don't have to reload it, so you maximise your damage per second when you're in that pool of light. If somebody else on your squad happens to have or be a hunter, you can use the tether to reduce his health / defense, actually more than his health pool. And once you've reduced his damage, you can put out a lot more hurt. Now if you've got a hunter, encourage him to put on the perk which is called Black Hole, because Black Hole means that his tether will last twice as long. So you'll do a lot more damage for a prolonged period of time. If you haven't got a hunter and you're not lucky enough to have one on your squad, I tell you who's really good, and that's a Titan. A Titan's got this punch called Melting Point, and it reduces an enemy's defences by even more than tether does. You will actually get bigger numbers off the back of that, but those 2 things don't stack, so it's not worth doing. So once you get in the pool, guys, keep pumping rounds into his stomach, and eventually he'll go down. Now if you can't down him in a certain number of sequences, he does enrage, which basically just wipes you all out in one blast. And unfortunately on hard mode you cannot die, you will not be able to be revived. So remember, if that guy tells you to get out of that pool, you get out. You don't mess around, you just disappear, because otherwise he's going to down you. And when you start losing manpower in this particular thing, it starts to get really annoying really quickly. So at this stage, once you've reduced Golgoroth's health to a certain percentage, he gets the arsehole and he no longer summons the waves of adds that come down the corridors. Instead, he summons Thrall, Taken Thrall for that matter as well, and they just spawn everywhere. Now you have to be really quick about this before the Thrall overwhelm the centre, because if they do, they're going to kill you. So what we do is, usually because he's so low, I wait for the call to down this from my man who's in charge. Once he says take that thing down, I take it down, I get in the pool and I start putting the hurt into this thing. Whilst there is another man on our squad, this man is responsible for protecting the group. If that area happens to be swamped by Thrall, he'll just activate one of his supers and wipe them out. If he's not got a super, he looks after us regardless. And that's how we beat Golgoroth on a weekly basis, guys. So I thought we'd share it with you briefly. I hope you find this video useful. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We are Dark Reign, and as always, we'll see you in game.